And I'll wait a minute or two till anybody gets in here. Happy Tuesday. Hope everybody's doing good. I'll tell you what we're going to talk about today. And it could go down different roads too as we talk about it, because it can lead to different memories or whatnot. I think it'd be kind of fun. I don't know. I'm just trying to do a little different things. Hello, Mike the Bike Dasher. How are you? Thank you for yes, you are. Thank you for coming in. So what I was going to talk about today, how are you? I miss seeing you. I do. I hope you're well. Mike the Bike Dasher, doing fine. How are you? I'm doing okay, hanging in there. You know, trying to keep my life together, family life together. You know how that goes. How is the dashing going, my friend? Dirty Stack and Deb. Hi, Colleen. How are you, Deb? I hope you're doing well. Mike the Bike Dasher. Hello. What, Deb? What I was going to kind of talk about today, and it can go down different roads once we get on it, if you want to, is fine with me. It can go off the subject, but it's kind of going down memory lane. Dirty Stack and Deb. Hi, Mikey, the bikey. Life of BPD Hustler. How you doing? This is Colleen. Well, we're going to kind of go down memory lane here today. And what I was going to talk about, Mike the Bike Dasher, the dashing has been rough. I still get noise orders sometimes, but the overall volume and income has been lower lately. It'll pick up sooner or later. That's right. Have the faith. Keep on keeping on, my friend. That's right. Mike the Bike Dasher, Henwell BPT, Dirty Stack and Deb. Hi, Borderline. No Mercy. How are you? Hi, Colleen. Lucky. Hey, Lucky, smashed like a blind carpenter. Right on. So what I wanted to talk about or kind of have fun with, I'm trying to have fun things because life has been kind of stinky lately and for quite a while. So this is kind of memory lane type thing again. No mercy. All good hope. You are well. Try to be. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Thank you so much. Thank you for the likes. So what I was going to talk about today would be, what was your favorite restaurant growing up? It could be a chain. It could be a hole in the wall in your hometown. And it could go down the road of what the decor looked like, what the waitresses wore, etc. Just remembering different things about the restaurant. It'd be kind of fun. Because there's a few restaurants that were in Pasadena that I totally enjoyed as a kid growing up. Dirty Stack and Deb. Cindy, it was like a Wendy's. Cindy's, it was like a Wendy's. Oh, really? Cool. The first one that I'm going to throw in the ring is a place called Benji's. It was called Benji's. And now remember, I'm from Pasadena. It was on Pasadena, California. It was on Foothill Boulevard. It was a breakfast, lunch, dinner. Kind of a diner, not a small diner, but a diner. Life of bipolar BPD hustler. That's a mouthful. I'm sorry, BPD. Ponderosa, because they had Shirley Temples. That's good too. But mine is Benji's at breakfast, lunch, dinner, and we go for dinner a lot. And we went for breakfast, you know. But they would have those. Remember how most restaurants, casual restaurants, would have all the chairs at the counter, straight across the counter, you know, the swivel chairs, and booths that you have to crawl into because they were so big. The leather booths, and if it was a hot summer day or a hot summer night, you'd stick to the booths. It's the things like that, just like, oh, I remember that. BBD is fine. Okay. Mike the Bike Dasher. Lindcrest Diner. I grew up at that restaurant when I was younger. It was at the end of the street in the heart of Lindenhurst. Okay. Now, Benji's was one of those restaurants that we went to, like I said, with the big booths you'd stick to if it was hot. But it was just good, like comfort food. And I remember what I would get there most of the time would be, what is it, the sandwich? The multi-decker sandwich. Oh my God, I can't think of it. Bacon, lettuce, tomato, turkey. Clubhouse. Clubhouse sandwiches. They were so good. So good. Julian Cienega, Taco Tuesday, eat well in Tennessee. Ooh, that sounds good. But Benji's was there for years and years. And it was one of those restaurants where in those days, a restaurant didn't do a remodel at the drop of a hat if things weren't going well. This went for years, and I think they stayed the same, like the look on the inside, like kind of that retro look. They kept it the same. But I always loved the counters with the swivel chairs. I don't know what fascinated me about that, but it did. That was Benji's. Mike the Bike Dasher. There was a heckin' dope bagel shop across the street from Linden Crest. I grew up at that place too. In my day growing up, there was a few places around town that family, like my dad would take us out to dinner I'm not saying every Sunday, but a lot of the Sundays. There was one little Italian restaurant. It had the best minestrone soup. It was called Dino's, and that was on Colorado Boulevard. And it was small. We got to know the owners, Mary and Joe. Lucy Warren's World. Hey, Colleen. How are you? We're talking about favorite restaurants we used to go to growing up, and talking about the look of the diner or the food or the servers or whatnot. But Dino's was another one that was my dad's favorite, but it was very good. Best, like I said, best minestrone soup ever, and the bread and butter that went with it. Oh, I can taste it. I can taste it today. It, of course, is no longer there. But it was such a cute little Italian restaurant on the inside, had the red booths. They weren't quite as big, but they had the red leather booths. And there had tables down the middle. Booths were on the side. And on the walls were these beautiful Italian paintings. It was a cute little restaurant. Joe and Mary were there every day. We would go maybe even during the week to pick up the minestrone soup as a meal and take it home. That's how good it was. Life of BPD. That and JoJo's Pizza growing up. They had awesome pinball games. Oh, how fun. Lucy Warren's World. I'm fantastic. Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear, Lucy. I'm glad you came by. Thank you. But this little Italian restaurant, oh, it was so cute. So cute. Mary Guy. Hi, friend. Fluxy Zenon. Hi. But, oh, so good. I love their shrimp cocktail, too. So good. And, of course, they had the best spaghetti and meatballs. And the lasagna there was, oh, to die for. They were in business for many, many years. And people would come from far and wide, to eat there. On the weekends, you'd have to wait, that's for sure, including Sunday. Small parking lot, you know how it goes. Trying to find parking. It wasn't those days where you could find parking in a structure or whatnot, It was a typical brick and mortar in those days. Mary Guy, I love spaghetti. Oh, I do too. I miss that place. And when I moved to Orange County many, many, many years later, we found a restaurant. It's called Scarantino's. Now, they had been in business for quite a while down here as well. We went in, they were busy. I got the soup and I got the bread, and it was minestrone. And I look at the front of the menu and I saw Dino's on it. Mike the Bike Dasher, Mom's Spaghetti. Oh, yeah. And they were related to the Dino's restaurant in Pasadena. This is when I lived in Orange County in Mission Viejo. Okay. Oh, it was delish. It was same soup, the bread and butter. They didn't stay much longer as Scarantino's after. Well, stayed Scarantino's, but kind of went downhill after that. They were owned by children and grandchildren, nieces and nephews, and it went downhill fast. But it was nice to have that soup again, which I hadn't at that point had in years. And Dino's, if they had had it on the menu, still was in business. So that had to have been like 25 years ago. But that was cray. I thought that was the craziest small world. You know how that goes. But that was one of my favorite restaurants. Just so good. And they were the nicest people, Mary and Joe, that owned Dino's. Cute little Italian couple. And this was a day when there was hardly any waiting room at the front. I mean, you squeezed in, if you came in the door. And the register was right there. Joe or Mary was behind the register. It was cute. It was just the way it was. It was so homey. So homey. It was great. It was great. I miss those people. I miss those folks. There's not any places like that anymore. It kind of makes me sad. Now, I know some chain restaurants are okay, but you can throw a chain restaurant in there. That's fine as well, if you have any favorite chain restaurants. And that's okay. Or a little hole in the wall that may have been just one restaurant that was your favorite. That's cool too. Another one of my dad's favorite places was in Glendale, which was just west of Pasadena. Tornado Garden. What is that? I can't read those small emojis. Is it a flying saucer or is that spaghetti? Well, this other place, it was called Damon's, Damons, in Glendale. And it's funny how you remember people's names. That's spaghetti? Okay. Hey, I was able to guess that right. But yeah, it was called Damon's. And I'll never forget, it was Hawaiian or tropical themed when you go in the door. Again, small waiting front area. Weekends was always busy. This is when people used to go out to dinner. Thank you for the likes, everybody, by the way. Thank you for coming in. Please like, share, and subscribe. I would appreciate it. But yeah, it was tropical theme on the inside. All the guys and the bartender and the host was named Steve. Slick back black hair, a mustache, and was there for years. I don't know if he was the owner, I don't remember, but he knew my parents by name. Mike the Bike Dasher, Mom's Spaghetti, living life with no regret. Right on. That's it, yeah. Knew my parents by name. Nobody does that anymore. You know what I mean? And so we'd go in and sit down, and it's all tropical. It has like a palm tree and the beautiful tropical paintings on the wall. The bartenders and the waiters. In those days, it was a lot more waiters in a restaurant like that. And there were waitresses too, but they would have their hair, the women would have their hair held back and have a flower in their hair in a tropical top on and black skirt or something. Fellas would wear tropical shirts, Hawaiian shirts, for waiters or bartenders. That's where I'd get my Shirley Temples at, or Roy Rogers, whatever you want to call it. And they had the best, really the best. I always loved to get I love shrimp cocktail. I'd get a shrimp cocktail to start my dinner. And usually it's steak. It was like steak. So surf and turf there. Oh, it was so good. I think we'd always get pretty much a steak. Isn't that funny how you can remember bits and pieces? I remember sitting there, again, the booths. Have to crawl in the booths. Well, there were 5 of us, and the shorty that I was the youngest, would have to crawl in. But it was a classic tropical themed restaurant. Now, I got to give them credit. They are still in business. They've moved from that location. Now, I haven't been home in a while to be able to go there to visit. But when I did go home one time, I couldn't get out there, so I door dashed the soup, or not the soup, some of the food, and it was still very good. Tornado Garden. Hashtag no regret, no regrets. But I will say Damon's, as far as I know, is still there. Mary Guy, that sounds so nice. It really was. I look back on it now. They don't give that kind of service in restaurants anymore. There's no personal service. There's no knowing the customers when they come in by name. As a kid, you take it for granted, but as an adult, you think back on it and you go, wow, that was service. And we never ever had bad service, ever. And I can honestly say that. Mary Guy, I DoorDash also, but right now my car is under maintenance. Uh-oh, Mary. Oh, hang in there. Hang in there. So, yeah, that was a fun restaurant. That was really fun. I can taste the shrimp cocktail from there. Big old shrimp. See, I'd either get a steak, and now I'm thinking, as the memories come back, a steak or fried shrimp with cocktail sauce. As a kid, you're picky. Then you get a salad, and then you can have soup from there. I'm not sure what their soups is, but I'd get a salad once in a while. Mary Guy, you live in Texas. Cool. But now everything these days are pretty much chain restaurants. Rock Solid Passion. Hey, girl. Hey, how are you? We're talking about restaurants that we used to love growing up, and how and I'm talking about service too at this point. How service was, how they used to know your parents by name if you go that far back going out to dinner, and how people used to go out to dinner, et cetera, et cetera. And if you have a favorite restaurant or restaurants, talking about the decor, what it looked like inside. Hashtag number 14. Thank you. It's fun going down memory lane for the simple things like that. You know what I mean? Simple things like that. Rock Solid Passion. I am great, thank you. How are you today? Doing okay. It's a bright sunny day. No more gloom and doom with the rain yesterday. No turkeys either today. No turkey alert. Rock Solid. I miss going out to eat. I never go anymore. No, because there's no true service. Mary Guy, I like Lubies. Do you all have those? No, but I have heard of it. That's in Texas. That's a Texas chain, right? Rock Solid Passion. Your hair looks so nice today. What did you do so different? Nothing. Actually, it looks like a rat's nest right now. I need to get it I need to get it trimmed and thinned a little bit. Because it used to be colored, you can tell by the bottom. So it's been over a year since I've had a haircut. But thank you, Rock Solid. I appreciate it very much. It is messy, I know. It's kind of annoying me. It's so bushy. I don't think I'd ever color my hair again because I used to color it. Rock Solid. Looks great. Looks like you had it blown out at a salon. LOL. Whatever you did looks great. I just brushed it. That's all. Rock Solid. It's good. Mary Guy, I think it's like a home style cafeteria type place. It is, Mary. And that's another thing. You don't see cafeterias anymore. That was a big thing growing up for me. Rock Solid passion. On my side, it's here. Have to go. Oh, my right is here. Have to go. Have a great day. You too, Rock Solid. Thanks for dropping by. Have a great day, doll. Ta-ta. But yeah, cafeterias is another one. We've had there was Perry's Smorgasbord in Pasadena on Colorado Boulevard, down part of the Colorado where the Rose Parade would go down. And they had the best buffet. Oh my goodness, the best self-serve ice cream. And I'm not big on stuff like that, self-serve ice cream. I like ice cream. I'm not obsessive about it, but I have things like I enjoy it. I remember as a kid, I would have the self-serve as dessert. And they always had Jell-O. I don't know why I like the Jell-O so much, with a little dollop of Cool Whip on top. They always had spaghetti. That was always good. I know spaghetti's how can you ruin spaghetti? Well, I'm sure places could, but But they were so good. They were so nice in there. Again, old school seating. But that place, since it was a cafeteria, had more tables. Cafeterias tended to have more tables and only booths on the outer, against the walls. It was funny how that kind of went. And there was the Pasadena cafeteria went to once in a while, and then there was good. And Beatles cafeteria. So we had 3 major ones down Colorado Boulevard. But they did all well. They were in business for many, 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 many years. But they're all gone. Oh, but you're just thinking about it, I don't think it's gotten past 60 degrees today. It was down into the 30s here last night. So it was like, ay, ay, ay. But so it's getting cold here in Oregon. Mary Guy, they have In-N-Out Burger here now, but I haven't tried them. Mary, you'll love it. You'll love it. I'm from Southern California originally, Mary. That's where In-N-Out started. Nice, fresh burgers. They get very busy. And if you drive through, I'm from California. I'm from Pasadena originally. No, but I moved up here a couple years ago to Oregon. I'm sorry, I guess I didn't make myself clear. I apologize. You should try it. In-N-Out Burger, double, animal style fries if you want all the goop. But then again, you might not like it. A lot of people do, people don't. but a lot Southern Californians tend to like it. Yeah, it is good. It is good and very very reasonable price. They rarely they do go up, but not much. It's a few cents. But yeah, it's good. That is good. For fast food, it is good. It's fresh. It is truly fresh. And if you don't want bread, you can do the protein style burger without it. It's a wrap. It's kind of like a wrap. And that is good. That's very good. But yeah, going down the memory lane is really fun. I wouldn't say up here in Oregon they have the big thing now is, and everything, everything changes. I get that, Up here is, and I know it is probably in a lot of places, food trucks. And they're good food trucks. They're really good. There's barbecue. There is like burgers, of course. There is Asian food of different kinds of Asian food. And Mexican food, of course. And there's quite a few of those. And they smell so good every time we drive by. But it disappoints me to see that there's not the mom and pops anymore. That mom and pops can't keep going because it's so expensive. Mary Guy, we have tons of food trucks. Yeah, I have friends that dash in Texas, and they pick up a lot at food trucks. So yeah, but it's good stuff up here. It is fun though. And the Mexican restaurants from where I was when I was, I'm talking about like where I was from originally. They had a lot of Mexican restaurants, but Mahari's is excellent. It's been around 100 years. I went to school with the grandson of the lady that started it. She started it out of her home. The home is now the restaurant. hmm The home is now the restaurant. Oh, it was all converted years ago. And she would literally go around and all with a cart with tortillas and things to make burritos and all that good stuff for workers and things like that. It was good, and it is still good. They've been around 100 years. That's nice, and that's a rarity in these days that they can stay around. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm trying to think what else. I used to work. My sister and I used to work at a. My sister and I used to work at a bakery. Since we're going down memory lane, which I've spoken about before. And there used to be some really great bakeries. I mean, again, long gone, but it was kind of a friendly competition between them all. We worked at a Swedish German bakery. Oh, all the goodies from there. And I think Norns was that's another bakery down the street. I think they were considered Swedish. I'm not sure on that one. I think they were. And there was Frederico's. But so we had all kinds of things, food wise. It was great. It was cool. It was so cool. But I'm trying to think what else. And there used to be Ernie's Jr., which was on Colorado Boulevard. Long gone, but actually, I shouldn't say long gone. Within the last 10 years, that's pretty good. They were there like 40 or 50 years. They had the best. They had the cutest little water fountain when you went in the door. Very small place, but it was good. So good. I think they have one left in Eagle Rock, if I'm not correct. I'm not positive on that. But so much fun. Anybody else? Anybody else on restaurants? Anybody? Now with Mahari's restaurant, they still have mariachis come through. It's so much fun to listen to them. Half of my high school goes there to hang out where I went to school, which wasn't far from there. Half of us go there to hang out, even still to this day. Because Tommy's a grandson. He went to my high school, graduated a couple years later than me. So it was fun. You'd run into somebody if you didn't really plan on them, and when I would go up and visit, to run into anybody. But if you go in, you sit there and you're looking at people and you're going, I know that person. I know that person. Mary Guy, I'm going to get something to eat. I enjoyed watching and have a good day. Thank you for your encouragement. You're welcome, Mary. And Mary, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it very much. Thanks for participating. Go have a great bite. Enjoy. Oh, that's so much fun. That's so much fun. But it makes it sad. Raspberry Hedgehog, hi Colleen. Just a quick hi. Hi. What I was talking about today, Raspberry, was favorite restaurants growing up that you had in your town where you grew up. Raspberry Hedgehog, just putting Gracie to bed. Aw. Good night, Gracie. Good night. So just talking about the old days. Favorite restaurant growing up? Raspberry Hedgehog. So there was none where I grew up. Oh, okay. I get you. Yeah, sometimes you have to go far to go if you're going to go out to eat or whatnot. Those were the days when, for me, when families would go out to eat, that type of thing. I grew up in a tiny village. Oh, cool. Hedgehog, Raspberry Hedgehog, 350 people. Oh, that is tiny. 350 people. I get you. Oh, okay. Raspberry Hedgehog, very tiny. Can I ask you where you grew up? May I ask you, or if you don't want to answer, that's fine. Raspberry Hedgehog, just a shop in a school. Oh, North Wales. Okay. Yeah, things were like villages or little small towns. They call them villages pretty much in that part of the area, the world. No, I get that. Okay. So you weren't like near really close to London or anything like that, or bigger cities. I totally get it. But the uncle, no. I'm glad you came in. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, today's very quiet. Got very cold here last night, like I was near city would be Liverpool. Oh, yeah. I've heard of Liverpool for some reason. I wonder what. It was Liverpool, Liverpool, Liverpool. Oh, the Beatles. That's right. Yeah. So that's a seaport city, correct? And that was 2.5 hours away. Right. Okay. Yes, baby. Cool. Well, I'm sure when they became famous, Liverpool really became a hubbub. Seriously, California Dreamin'. Hey, beautiful Miss Colleen. Hey, Tori. How are you feeling, my friend? I hope you're feeling better. Go with the Flow Farm. Flow Farm. Hi, Colleen. Raspberry Hedgehog. Hi, California Dreamin'. California Dreamin'. Hey, beautiful Miss Raspberry. Tori, we're talking about favorite restaurants growing up that you would go out to eat. They could be chains, they could be, hole in the walls, family restaurants, etc. Raspberry Hedgehog, 8:23 p.m. here. Yep, time for the kids to go to bed. I'm hanging there still, got a cough. Oh, I'm sorry. Raspberry Hedgehog, good night, guys. Nice to see you, Colleen. Raspberry, always nice to see you. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it very much. You have a great night, okay, doll? Thank you. Bye. So that's what I was talking about when I started talking about Tori's favorite restaurants that you would go to, like if you went out to a family dinner growing up or whatnot. And you talk about the wait staff to what it looked like inside. I would talk about the booths or the counter where they had the counters where you could have the chairs, for onesies. I love that. In the swivel chairs. There were a lot of places in Pasadena that we used to go to for dinner or breakfast, even breakfast places too. But yeah, that's what I was kind of talking about. Well, I hope California Dream, favorite restaurant would be this Chinese restaurant in Indiana. Ooh, little hole in the wall. Those are usually the best and good. Nice. Most of the ones, in fact, except for one, most of the ones that I've been talking about are no longer there, because when we go out to dinner, it would be on Sunday nights, and my dad, had his favorite spots, and we'd go. California Dreamer, great food and great service. Nice. Most of these places, too, going back, this is in the 70s, mind you, pretty much. Okay. Going back. Service, I look back on it now as an adult. The service was always great. The food was always good. Never a problem. It's different today, that's for sure. And people don't go out to eat anymore. As families or otherwise, really. You DoorDash it or Uber it if you don't feel like cooking, But the places I talked about were like such great memories. Great good food too. Good food. Heck yeah. But yeah. Uh, sun is shining bright today, which is nice. And I was talking about one place was called Dino's. Was a little Italian restaurant. Had the best minestrone soup ever. And on rainy nights, we'd go and get some of that, and we'd get a couple entrees and have the soup, and we cut up the entrees. Like, so let's say we get a couple of lasagnas or a couple pans of spaghetti. Good stuff. Good stuff. And that would fill you up. But it was lovely. It was such a lovely time for going out. People went out as families in those days. And that makes me sad today. Kind of the families just kind of do their own things. I guess that's just the way of the world anymore. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. It is, oh, it's 12:30 already here. Lunchtime in a little bit. Don't have a whole heck of a lot. But yeah. There was also a restaurant down on Arroyo. It was near the railroad tracks, and they were in a railroad cart. I can't think of the name of it, but I think it was a Mexican restaurant. That was another place that was good. We didn't go there that often. And then there was here's a chain restaurant, the Velvet Turtle. I think that was only in California. They were good, but they were kind of pricey. That was for a special occasion, going to the Velvet Turtle. I think I went there for my junior high graduation. And that was in 78. They were out of business within the next 10 years or so. But they were good. They were around a while, but they were very good. A lot of surf and turf there. Thank you for coming, everybody. I appreciate it. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. If anybody would care to, if you could run my playlist, I would appreciate it. Trying to get my watch hours up a little faster. Subscribe if you'd like. I'm trying to figure out different things to do and talk about, chat about on my channel. So if anybody has any ideas, my email's in my description. Let me know at the very bottom of my description. Please identify yourself if you do send me an email. I won't answer it. Just use your name that you have here, that I see here, and I'll know. But yeah, if you have any ideas, let me know what I can do. I'm very limited on equipment, and I can't spend any money. But I appreciate everybody. I appreciate y'all. For coming in. Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming. I appreciate everybody. I think I'm going to end the live since nobody's chatting. Please like, share, and subscribe. This was fun. This was actually very fun. I'm glad I did it. I almost wasn't going to do it, but I had a lot of fun doing it, and I thank you for coming. Please hit the like, share, subscribe. Put a few emojis in my chat if you would. I appreciate it. And like I say, my email's in my description at the very end. Please identify yourself if you have any ideas what I can do. Like I said, I have no resources to buy things in order to do things with. I don't have a computer, etc. And I can't really buy anything. Boy, that puts a damper on it, doesn't it? But if you do, I'd like to know. Just make sure you identify yourself in the email. Thank you. So anyway, I'm going to let you all go. I want to check something real quick. Hold on. Anyway, I'm going to go, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Anybody that's still in here, please hit that like button. And I'll talk to you sooner or later. I might come back on tonight for a little bit, trying to decide if I'm going to, but I'll surprise you one way or another. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you one way or another. Anyway, everybody, have a great day. Hi. Hello. Say hello. I'm just about to end my live. Hit that like button, subscribe, share, emojis. This was really fun, everybody. I appreciate it very much. Y'all the best. So have a good day, everybody. We'll see you sooner or later. And I'll talk at you. Thank you. Have a good day, everybody. Ta-ta, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, hasta la vista. See you later, alligator. In a while, crocodile. Bye, you guys.